Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Thank you for the show of love. Thank you for all that you do for this family to keep growing. If you're new here, thank you so much for subscribing, right? Joining us on this train of discovering ourselves, rediscovering what has been hidden from us as we journey towards our creator, right? There is a lot that has been hidden that is gradually coming to light. And you know that for the fact that they've made effort all this while to keep hiding the truth from us, right? You know, when you think that we are the only ones that existed in this world, it was just our time, then you know you're lying to yourself. There were people, there were beings that existed before now, and they left a trace. And do you know that those traces were deliberately wiped out? Those traces were deliberately removed, although they were trying to do that. But now, with the way things are becoming, there were people, the way things are becoming, buildings are being discovered, right? Like they will tell you they discovered about 70,000 islands in Japan. A lot of things are coming to light. A lot of things are coming to light. The pyramid, you know, to be just that, whatever you see on the face of the sun, of the earth, it's beyond that. It's beyond that. The length of that pyramid is far down below. We could only see that tip up there. And then there are other ancient buildings that you see just all of a sudden there's a building somewhere, and then they will tell you that they've been building that for over 20 years, and you see that building within your senses. You know that there is no technology that will even put this up within how many months, but they want you to believe that they have technologies that could do those things. These are the lies that those who control the world have been using on us all this while, and it has been working perfectly for them. That give us reason why they are the ones that did this. They give us reason why they are the owner of that, and then we believe it. So they want to erase from us. They want to, no, they don't want us to know that there was something that was existing. There was a civilization before. There was a civilization that they copied from. After they copied from it, they wiped it out. And these are the strategies they always use to wipe out nations, to wipe out places that will serve as evidences against them.
The Sahara Desert, yes.
So before that, it was some sort of a rainforest.
It's savanna to rainforest. It actually varied over time, and before that, it was very fertile savanna, lots of plants there. People have seen it even in popular movies and whatnot, how the Sahara at one point had water and all kinds of animals. That's before the end of the last ice age, before these incredible changes that we have at 9700 BC. So that's where the Sphinx, I think the original Sphinx goes back to that time period, and that's what the Egyptians called Zep-Tepi. This was a first time for them, or what I call an earlier cycle of civilization. The last cycle, the one that we're still part of, in my terminology, is the last 5.
Oh my days. When you think you've seen it all, you ain't seen nothing yet. So all this time, we've only been touching the surface. You thought the pyramids was big. Well, guess what? They're even bigger. Even in the movie Dusk Till Dawn, they tried to show us, but I guess we couldn't see it. The eyes are useless when the mind is blind.
Family, they try to hide it from us, but we are picking up the breadcrumbs. You see this old painting over here? This was the Library of Alexandria, the biggest one on earth. Look, family, the Great Library of Alexandria in Alexandria, Egypt was one of the largest and most significant libraries of the ancient world. Look at the painting here. But family, what we have learned is that the true treasure is beneath the ground. Let's talk about Kemet, the land of the blacks. To the ancient Egyptians themselves, their country was simply known as Kemet, which means black land. What a lot of people don't know is that this Washington monument was literally transported from Egypt to Washington. You see these people, them and them, don't they look like Egyptians? They are Albanians. Look, Egyptian. Again, Egyptians. The reason why Albanians went to Egypt 3000 years is because of the Iron Revolution. And family, look at the meaning of Egypt. Shut in, restraint, misery, tribulation,
If you still don't know what a mud flood is or a great reset, I want you to watch this. I'm sure that most of you have seen these giant heads at some point in your life. These giant heads are found on Easter Island in the Pacific Ocean near Chile. But just like mud flood buildings, these statues were buried under 15 feet of mud. Oh my days. And I know what you're gonna say. Over time, soil built up and look, listen. There weren't even no trees on this island. It's not mud flooded buildings and the Great Reset. If you still don't know what that is, let me show you. Now this is a mud flood building. You have to understand, this building was found, excavated and dug out. That's the reason why some of these windows have been bricked out or turned into air vents. And if you notice, the windows are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. That's just where somebody hasn't dug out deep enough. This is a mud flood building.
There are lots of things that we see that we have not seen it all, because like it is believed that the mud flood was used to wipe out those civilizations for a reason, so as to rewrite history to suit their lives. They were going to create a world order. They needed to reset the world, right? They needed to reset the world so that they can be those who have power over the world. These are done by people, certain group of human beings that are aware that as a human being, if you want to transcend, you can transcend. As a human being, if you want to get deeper into spirituality to know what is what, you can do all this. All the books that will help every human being discover his or herself, those books were removed. Either they were burnt or they are hidden somewhere. You know where they hide those things, right? I mustn't mention them. You know, either they are burnt or they are hidden where they know people cannot get to it. One of the reasons why they will not deliberately just burn something is because they themselves still need it to keep controlling the world. They still need the formula there to keep using to control humanity. Now, the way we are living, do you think this is how the Creator wants us to live? If you think this is how it should be, then something is wrong. Now, do you see the reason why we have a lot of evil happening around us? We have a lot of disasters, natural disaster, man-made disaster. Most of these things are punishment for all the evil that have been done or that are still being done by man. A certain group of human beings have decided to reset the world to suit the lies they're going to come to tell you. The Great Reset. At the process of doing all these things, they have to erase the past. They erase the past. They don't care how those things happen, but they try their best to erase the past, so to start building a lie. And then they'll tell you this is how the world was created. They'll tell you this is how the world was before, or they'll tell you this is how the world came to be. And then create all forms of theories that most of the times, when you get deeper into it, you see at the end that these things are lie. The truths are what they hide. And why do you think things like this happen? It still boils down to control. The supremacist ideology of control. Because that is what they are all in for. They possess our minds and our hearts. They control how we think and how we feel, what we should think about, what we shouldn't think about. All these things are things that, they are always there. They are always there. Does it not surprise you that Japan discovered 7,000 new islands? Do you think those islands have not been there? The map is a lie. We are living in a system that has been created, formulated by some group of people, and that is why those stories in the Bible, I keep saying it, they added lies to it. Just take a look at the Our Father we talked about in the other video. It was translated from about 3 languages, and at the process of translating them, they were reducing and they were adding what they want to add, so as to keep controlling you the more. Do you know why they added it there? Forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Is that how it was translated directly from the initial translation? You can check out that video. Was that how it was translated? This is a control system, a mind game they are playing on us. They come to us and hurt us. But they'll refer you to that part of the Bible. Forgive us as we forgive others. If you don't forgive us, God will not forgive you. The Creator will not forgive you. You have to forgive us the way He has forgiven you. This is what they're using, controlling us. So when they do evil, they hurt us, they kill our people, they do all sort of abominable things, they control our consciences, they do a lot of things that you can think about. At the end, they'll refer you to that part. You have to forgive. Right? And they'll tell you, Christ told Peter, I asked you to forgive not 70 times, but 70 times 7. Just to make you feel that you keep forgiving, and become so foolish. This is the idea of the supremacists. They want you to look so stupid, so foolish, and they'll tell you it's because of the Creator. But they are there. Can they forgive you? Can they do that? No. They never forget. They never forgive. But they want you to do the same. They want you to do what they can never do. Control system. And it's quite painful to see that a lot of people, a lot of our people, a lot of black people, a lot of Africans are holding on to this teaching so tight that they don't use their sense to reason. They will never tell you that all you seek is inside, is here. They will never tell you until you begin to discover yourself for who you are and know that you have powers in you, there are potentials in you. You are powerful beyond what you think you are. Then I think a lot of things will still remain the way it is, because that is what they want. They don't want us to discover. And that is why they hid those books that were to complete the Bible. They hid them and made the Bible incomplete for a reason. Because those books are books that tells us the power we have as human and how we can connect with divinity if we want to. They hid those books. It is them alone that are reading it. And they are using the initiative there to come control you. To come control us, because we are part of the world. Let's discover more. Let's study more. Let's excavate. Because a lot of things we see are just the tip of the iceberg, just like the pyramid. No one will tell you that the pyramid, what is outside, is not up to the length that is inside the ground. They will never tell you that the desert, the Sahara Desert, was a land that was flowing with water, with a lot of birds and animals and trees and all greens that you can never think of. They will never tell you that they decided to wipe that out. What do you think? Leave your comment and thought there in the section, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive. Bye for now.